Techmas. So, hopefully, if all is going according to plan, we should be able to open up the Alfheim portal today. Also, in case that goes wrong, I have that as a backup plan, the Rod of the Earth. Because getting dirt is annoying and that thing just makes dirt. So, that's good. But anyway, Alphomancy. So we've already got this thing built, right? And it says it will take huge amounts of mana from the pools. And we have to right click the core with the Wand of the Forest. So I got my Wand of the Forest. We got a decent amount of mana in here. We don't have any in this one yet. I can fix that though. We have, again, not a huge chunk, but from what I understand, this should, in theory, be enough. Go, cart, go. Because that's, between the two of them, about half. Keep going. Also, I have changed this thing about 10 different times to get it to work right. Every time that I have gone to use this thing, it has broken. And so what I found out is if you put a range 2 extender in here, you can set this back a single block. You would think that a range 1 would be more than enough, given that it's only a block away from the plant gatherer, but it turns out you need a range 2. Annoyingly, I have not figured out a way to set this to a way to only plant because it keeps just using energy every time that it's just doing things. But here we go. We're just at the start of the episode, so if this fails, then we're not going to be set back too much. Whoa! It makes the water behind it invisible. It worked. Is there a way to turn it off? Or is it now only... Is it using... It's not continually using mana from what I am seeing here. It's only going to use mana from this point if I throw things through it. But we now have the Lexica Botania that has been inscribed with all of the secrets of the elves. Oh, look at this. We have Elven mana lens. Seems... Oh, what? The paint slinger lens. Okay, so this is just a way to turn just make things into the same thing. Got all kinds of lenses here. Spark Augmenter, Spark, Tinkerer, Mana Prism, Elven Mana Spreaders. And for longer without mana loss. It's just a better spreader. So that's good. Gaia Mana Spreader. A Dragon Stone. And a Gaia Spirit. Well, that sounds crazy. More importantly, we have now accessed the next bits of flowers that we could have been making. The Dandelion is not recommended for the faint of heart. Most efficient available generating flower. So, Conway's Game of Life. The area for this procedure is a 25 by 25 square centered around the dandelion itself. It'll step the automaton. What? Cellular automaton. Each location will count as a cell. Cells may be alive or dead. A cell counts as alive if its respective block is a cellular block, or dead if it's anything else. The neighbors of a cell are the 8 surrounding cells. Every step of the game, the following transitions happen to each cell simultaneously. Any live cell with exactly 2 or 3 survives the step. Any live cell not satisfying becomes dead. Any dead cell with exactly 3 live neighbors becomes live. Aside from those, a few additional rules not present in the typical simulation are also presented in the dandelion procedures. Oh my gosh. That's too much to read. There's like a whole, way too much. Cake. The Techmas. It'll eat any place in its vicinity, synthesizing into mana. Alright, so this is literally just the Gourmarillas, but for cakes. Rafflesia. Trap hole nightmare. But eats man-made flowers in the petal apothecary instead. Oh, that just will eat all of my other flowers. We don't want that. Shulk me not. Generating flower that creates mana from the power. If a nearby both mob and shulker will be killed, generating ludicrous amounts of mana. What? This is so... How... First you'd have to transport a shulker to the overworld, and then have it hit another creature. Shulkers don't duplicate in this version, right? That's 1.17. The shulkers duplicate. I don't think shulkers duplicate in 1.16. It'll consume any and all wool blocks dropped nearby. Starting from white, after it eats one piece, it'll rotate to the next color in the spectrum. While it'll consume all wool around it, it'll only create any mana if it happens to get the wool it wants. So haphazardly tossing wool is wasteful. The color it craves can be seen by hovering over with the wand of the forest. Refined wool, but you wonder what would happen if you gave it straight from the source. I was actually already thinking this. Because I was like, potentially what you could do for this is set up a sheep thing. Where once you figure out the order of the spectrum, which I'm sure I could just Google it if I wanted to. I could also just make the thing and do it that way. But once you figure out the order, you can just set up a sheep farm and then have the sheep farm just, shear in that specific order. And then as it's doing that, it'll just start, giving you the mana for free. But I also wonder if maybe it's suggesting that it'll kill the sheep in the process. So interesting. We'll have to test that theory out. What else do we have now? Functional flora. This is what we've been looking for. Bubel. Okay. This is literally just an expensive version of the conduit, a water conduit. That's useless. Heisei Dream. Ah, this turns mobs against each other. I don't know if it's something that we want to be putting where we have these animals. Sorry, I am yawning like crazy. Anyway, Labelia. Okay, this is just worthless. why, why is this necessary? It just gives, he picks up name tags and then names all the mobs around it. Okay, that's pretty useless. And fed quite a bit of mana, summons these items for said adventurers to collect. There's a catch, however. Each item is held by a monster protecting it. These monsters are extra strong but will drop their precious dungeon loot when killed. That's an interesting one. The Orchid, here we go. A renewable and sedentary mean of acquiring ores is nothing to scoff at. The Orchid uses mana to synthesize ores from nearby stone blocks. The ores it generates are random, but rare ores seem to be created less often, as anyone would suspect. Orchid Ignum, though, that's the one that we've been looking for. Create raw ores from mana and stone can be a great boon to any sedentary botanist's life. However, it can't create ores of a more nethery variety. Oh, that's saying the original orchid. This is the fire orchid, which I'm surprised doesn't require the original orchid to create it. Fishing around a few petals will yield an orchid ignum, which creates nether ores in netherrack instead. The flower must be in the nether dimension to work. That is a bit of a hindsight on my part. I should have suspected that. Spectrathanium. Spectranthinum. I can't pronounce that. Yeah, it's pretty boring. Oh, I expect. Ritual of Gaia. A message from the Elven Guard. We found this book when one of our old portal frames spontaneously opened a link to another world. Da 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 da. Ah, see, so they're letting me know that I can throw things through the portal to get stuff back from them. So if I throw Dreamwood into my portal, Living Wood, I get Dreamwood, which basically can be used to do all the stuff the other one does. Elementium comes from Mana Steel. Mana Pearls give Pixie Dust. Mana Diamonds give Dragon Stones. Ah, so I don't need to go fight dragons. Elven Quartz. Elf Glass. I don't care about there. Relics of the Aesir. Is there nothing to this? Die of Fate. Is that something that I can get my hands on? I don't see anything in here that says Die of Fate. Fate. Oh no, here we go. Dice of Fate. How you get? I don't know how to get that. Ritual of Gaia is a trial often undertaken by elves. It yields Gaia spirits, which are converted into fragments of the powerful goddess of Gaia herself. This ritual requires an active beacon with Gaia pylons surrounding it. as well as a single terrasteel sacrifice. However, it looks like you get to fight a boss. We'd have to kill a wither in order to do this. Things that we've never accomplished in a Christmas season. Killing the wither. That one's not the one that goes there. Well, I mean, today's episode, at least, I feel like just for... Look at you go. I still feel like this has got to be one of the best options for us. It just automatically does all the work. Except for when it runs out of stuff. Give it half a stack of wood. But anyway, I mean, we didn't accomplish much because we only built an Alfheim portal. But hey, we have access to now all of the stuff that we need. The problem is I need to go and make 1,000,000 runes now. So we do that, and then it switches the track over here. So yeah, I'll have to make the runes. We want that orchid ignum, right? That was what we've been struggling here the whole time. Head creation. I think we knew this already. I don't see what the point of that is. Starfield collector. Twinkle, twinkle. And oh wow. Basics of corporeum. Transport items. Use variant sparks. Corporeal sparks. It's all whatever. We don't care. I mean, there's a lot of stuff here. Ooh, star caller, thunder caller. I already have a thunder. Oh, no, don't do that. I already have a thunder caller. It's this stupid pet here that's definitely never killed me. Spark Tinker also sounds like a ability to modify the augments of a spark. Placing one adjacent to a mana pool will connect it to that block. Right-clicking the Spark Tinkerer with a Spark Augment will put the augment in the block. The augment can be removed by blah 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 blah. Spark Augments. That's it, no, that's worthless. Like, quite literally just not helpful at all. More importantly, though, these don't seem to require, consistent mana, so I'll only have to put mana in here when we need it. I'm tempted to walk into the thing, and I don't know if that'll just insta-kill me, and so I would hate to lose the 76 levels that I have. So I'm not going to do that. Maybe at the end of Christmas we will do that. But for now, I don't really know what's next on our list other than, building a bunch more flowers and stuff. The orchid seems cool, but, I don't know if we need the orchid so much as we need the orchid ignum to convert all of these stupid netherrack blocks that I have into netherite. But that's something that we can work on in the next episode. So for now, as usual, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you around for the next one.